guys, it's Jackie. I know you were probably not expecting a video today, but I decided that I was going to do a little survey that I found on Tumblr, just because I was thinking that you guys probably don't know a lot of my opinions about the show, so I thought that maybe if I answered some of these questions, then you could get to know me a little bit better. I found this on Tumblr, like I said. I modified it a little bit because some of the questions were kind of outdated, but for the most part I kept it the same. If you look up just Pretty Little Liars survey, the questions should come up in case you decide you want to do it yourself or anything like that. Alright, and so here we go. Question number 1. What is your order of favorite to least favorite of the 4 main girls? Well, in general, Spencer is definitely my favorite. I love her a lot. I mean, like I said, she kind of annoyed me last episode, but, you know, in general, she's my favorite character on the show, period. Then after that, I think Emily is definitely second. She's just such a sweetheart, and I love her so much, and I want her to be happy. Then Hannah's third. She's hilarious, and I love her too. And then Aria I like the least. I don't dislike her. She's just, I don't really care that much. She kind of annoys me a little bit sometimes, just because I feel like, you know, the other girls are so concerned with their safety and A and stuff, whereas Aria kind of is really focused on Ezra a lot of the time, and that just kind of bothers me with her, which is why I don't like her as much. Now, question number 2. Out of the girls, who is the prettiest to the least pretty? Now, can I just say that I think they are all very, very pretty and very attractive. I mean, they are on a show with pretty in the title. They are all very, very attractive girls. With that being said, I think that Emily is definitely the most beautiful. Like, Shay Mitchell is so gorgeous. I mean, she's just stunning. Like, I can use pretty much any word that means gorgeous, like, to describe her. She's beautiful. I think I want to say that Spencer's second. I would say Hannah, but ever since she, like, cut her hair, I feel like that kind of, you know, because I miss, like, the long, like, blonde hair that she used to have, and now it's shorter, which I don't really like as much, so she's gonna be third then, with Spencer second. And I have to put Aria last again, I'm sorry. I mean, just because I feel like while all the other girls, I'm like, wow, she's beautiful. With Lucy Hale, I'm more like, wow, she's so adorable. So don't get me wrong, she's still attractive. Like, like I said, they're all very, very pretty. Just because I feel like she's not gorgeous, she's more like cute. You know, I see her and I think, oh my god, she's so cute. I just want to like hug her and pinch her cheeks. And so, yeah, I love them all, but that's just my opinion. They are all beautiful, and, you know, I would feel so lucky to be as pretty as they are. So, what is my favorite PLL couple? That's Spoby. You know that. I talk about how much I love them all the time. They are one of my OTPs. I ship them so hard. I have since I remember the moment I started shipping them. It was before they first kissed. It was when they went to the Rosewood sign, and I remember I just went, just kiss already, and that's when I realized that I had shipped them. So apparently, at some point before that moment, I was starting to unknowingly start to ship them, and that was the moment when it first came out. And then I remember the moment that I knew they were my OTP. It was when they were at the fair, and she ran away from her family to go kiss him. That is the moment they became my OTP, and I've been loving them ever since, through thick and thin. I will always love them, and I really hope that we get to see them end up together and be happy. And so, yes, I have a great deal of love for Spoby. They are very special to me. What is my least favorite couple? There's a lot of couples that I'm not necessarily a fan of. I mean, I really don't like Emerson. I'm sorry. I know there's people who follow me who that's their OTP and they love them. You know, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. But personally, I just really don't like them together at all. I mean, you guys know I don't like Allison. That's kind of why I don't understand why some of you guys who do like her subscribe to me. Like, I mean, I'm not telling you not to subscribe to me or anything. Like, you know, I love it when you guys do. I'm just kind of, you know, I don't like Allison, so, you know, yeah, I really don't like her, and I was really, really bummed if you know, Emily forgave her after everything, just because I feel like she's kind of past the point of no return, where I feel like once you get past a certain point, there's, like, no going back. I feel like Allison's kind of past that, which is why I feel like Emily deserves more. So I'm sorry if you guys like them together. I really don't. I do not want them to end up together. But you know, it's okay if you like them. That's your opinion. You know, I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who don't like who I like or the ships that I like, and you know that's fine. As long as you respect other people's opinions, you know, everything's good. Alright, then the next 4 questions are, who do I think Spencer, Hannah, Aria, and Emily should be with? Well, first of all, Spencer, you obviously know I think she should be with Toby, because they're my OTP, and if they did not end up together, I would be so upset, but you know, pretty confident they will. You know, I think we're just going to have to go through some tough times coming up, but I think at the end of the day, they love each other, and they're going to be together, and you know, it's all good. So, who should Hannah be with? Definitely Caleb. Like, I kind of ship them. I'm not, like, super invested, but I like Hannah and I like Caleb, and I think they're both great, and, you know, I think they're cute together, so I think they should be together at the end of the day, too. And, again, I'm confident they're going to be endgame. Who should Aria be with? I'm not a big Aria fan, like I said. It's not that I dislike her, I'm just not a big fan. And so I'm really not invested in any of her relationships, so I really don't care that much who she ends up with, but I do think she's going to end up with Ezra, obviously. I think Spoby, Caleb, and Ezria, they're all obviously endgame because they are some of the most central couples to the show. They've been together for so long and been through so much together. Them not ending up together would just not make any sense. So I think that Ezra is who she's going to end up with. And honestly, I actually would kind of, like, even though I'm not an Ezria fan, I would be kind of annoyed if they didn't end up together just because they've been given so much attention, like so many storylines. Like, if they didn't end up together, I'd be kind of like, you know, what was the point of all of that? So that's I guess you could say you know, I think that's what's gonna happen. I wouldn't say that like I'm rooting for them because I'm just not because I dislike them. I just really don't care that much. But I think that's what's gonna happen. Who should Emily be with? I am not invested in any of Emily's relationships. I really just want Emily to be happy. Like whoever makes her happy, you know, I think that's who she should be with. I always kind of thought that Emily was going to end up with either Maya, Paige, or Allison. Well, Maya's dead, so she's not ending up with Maya. That just leaves Paige and Allison. And like I said, I really don't like her with Allison, so I feel like Paige would be the least objectionable. So, you know, if she ended up with Paige, I wouldn't be really upset. Because I want to like Paige, because I feel like since from like the season 2 on, she's been pretty good to Emily, but like then I think of the whole drowning thing, and that's just, you know, that's not romantic. That's the one reason why I don't ship them together, because of that. That just ruins the rest of their relationship for me. But I do think that Paige is the least objectionable girlfriend that Emily has had. So there you go. Which girl has the best sense of style? This is kind of going back to the who's the prettiest question when I was talking about with Spencer and Hannah. I used to really love Hannah's style, but lately she's been kind of more like grunge, punk, and that's so not me. I really do love Spencer's like preppy style. Like, I don't really dress like that in real life just because, you know, it takes a lot of time to look so polished and put together, and you know, in my everyday life, I kind of wear like more like t-shirts and sweatpants like I'm wearing right now, simply because, you know, my life is pretty hectic. Like, you know, I wake up early in the morning and I don't want to like, you know, put on all this makeup and like wear a dress and heels. Like, no, I want to wear yoga pants. So, but like, you know, if I had all the time in the world and all the resources, I would definitely dress like Spencer with her whole preppy thing. I really love that. So she is the most stylish. I used to also really like Hannah, but now she's kind of gone down a different path, which I am not as into. I loved Hannah's earlier, really girly outfits. Those were really cute. Those were definitely my style, too. Who are your 3 favorite guys? Toby and Caleb are definitely the top 2. As for number 3, I'm really not sure, just because a lot of the guys, I don't know if I can trust them or not. So I don't really know who number 3 would be. Jason's not bad. He's pretty hot, actually, but that's not the same question. Maybe Mike, just because I've been shipping him with Mona, but like I don't really love him super as like an individual. I just kind of like his relationship with Mona. So maybe Mike, but like Toby and Caleb definitely. I love both of them a lot. And, you know, Toby's my second favorite character on the show. And then Caleb would probably be like, doesn't make my top 5, but he would be like number 6. He's my second favorite guy. The two of them I really like a lot, so they're definitely my 2 favorite. As for the third, I'm really not sure. Which one character do you think is most likely to solve the mystery in the end? Well, I kind of want the girls to all find out who A is at the same time. I think that would be what makes me the happiest. But if only one character could find out first, then I would probably say Spencer, just because in, you know, the end of season 2, she's the one who found out about Mona first. So I feel like then it would make sense if, you know, she found out about Big A first. But I'd really like it if they all found out together. So that would be my preference. I always kind of know. I kind of imagine it in my head like the girls and maybe the guys too all being in this dangerous situation brought on by A, and then finally having that confrontation where they found out like who A was and they have to get themselves out of the situation. That's kind of how I imagined it in my head, but you know, who really knows how it'll go down. Who do you think is part of the A team? Well, I'm not really sure if there is an A team now. I'm kind of confused because Marlene King said on Twitter that there's only one active A. So I don't know if she meant there's like one A calling the shots and that's it, and then they have little minions, or if she meant that there's one person who is doing all of this work by themselves. So I'm not really clear on that. Like, I would think that no person would be able to do all of this on their own. I mean, maybe if I'm right and Bethany is A, which I think there's a question about that later, like who I think A is. I'll talk about that then if my memory serves me correctly. Then maybe she could, simply because, you know, she wouldn't have like a job or any responsibilities she has other than being A, so maybe she could do it by herself. But so anyway, I don't really know now if there is an A team, but if there is, I don't have a solid theory on who I think could be on it. I think Ren could be a possibility because I don't really trust him. I thought Ren was Uber A for a while. Back when the Beach Hottie storyline was first introduced, I thought that maybe he was A. Now I don't think he's Uber A, but he could definitely be a team member. I don't have a lot of trust for Arya. Again, I used to think she was A, now I don't think so, but I definitely thought she was shady before, so I feel like maybe, but I'm actually pretty convinced they're not going to go that route. But, you know, it's a possibility. So I'm not really sure who the A team is. Definitely think it could be Ren, possibly Arya, but maybe not. And yeah, but then again, there could be no A team at all if that's what Marlene meant. I don't know. Who do you think is Allison's attempted killer? Originally they said who was Allison's killer, but now we know Allison isn't dead, so let's talk about Allison's attempted killer. I think that's Bethany. I think that Bethany wanted to kill Allison. This is explained in my whole Bethany is A theory video, if you want to watch that if you haven't seen it already. I think that Bethany hit Allison, and that Allison hit Bethany, and I think that the person who Jessica buried wasn't Allison. I think that was Bethany, and she was protecting Allison. Again, that's in my Bethany is A video. If you want to go watch that, that explains my thoughts on that subject. Who do you think is Black Widow / Redcoat? I always kind of thought that Redcoat and Black Widow were disguises for Uber A, Big A, whatever you want to call them. Some people also said they thought that Black Widow was actually good, and they were helping the liars, and they were on their side, which that could be interesting. But I want to say that Bethany is Black Widow, and that other than Allison and Cece, the bad Redcoat was also Bethany. That's what I'm going to go with until proven otherwise. If we find out that Black Widow is actually good, then I'll come up with a separate theory. But until proven otherwise, that's what I think. Alright. Now, what is your favorite season and episode? Favorite season is definitely season 3. I love that season. I just love the emotional roller coaster it puts me on with regards to Spencer and Toby's storyline. As opposed to now, which is kind of just like stupid love triangle drama, that was like really good, heart-wrenching angst that like had me so emotional and just pulled me in. It was so painful and I loved every minute of it. Like, it was a wild ride. As for my favorite episode, it's kind of hard for me to pick one episode that's my favorite because, you know, there's over 100 of them. That's a lot of episodes to remember. I think the season 3 finale is probably the first one that comes to my mind that could be my favorite episode. A Dangerous Game. That was a really good episode. Again, season 3, which is definitely my favorite. I'm rewatching season 3 right now. I just watched season 3, episode 1, and it's just my favorite season, and I think that's one of my favorite episodes. Like, if I had to pick, I'd probably say that one. This Is the Dark Ride is also really great. Again, season 3, but I think I like A Dangerous Game more than that one. So I want to say A Dangerous Game was my favorite episode, but maybe I'm forgetting one. I don't really know. Do you believe one of the liars could be behind A? I think it's possible, but I don't think they're going to go that way. I mean, if one of them was crazy, then yes, maybe, but I don't think they're going to make any one of the girls A, because I just think some people would be really upset about that. And also, you know, they've acknowledged the Arya's A theory, which makes me believe it's not true. Emily has no motive, so I would be shocked if she was A. Hannah kind of does, but I don't know why. Like, I feel like being bullied isn't really enough of a reason. Just because, you know, I've been bullied too in my life, it doesn't mean I go psycho and ruin the life of the person who once bullied me, and their friends too. You know, that just seems way too extreme for me. And Spencer, I feel like if one of the girls was A, she'd be the obvious choice. Plus, she was on the A team before, so I feel like if she was A, they would not have done that storyline. So I really don't think that any of them are A. Is it possible? Yes. Is it going to happen? I don't think so. Last question. Do you believe in the twin theory? Yes, I believe there is a twin. I do not think it is Allison's twin. I think that would be, again, too obvious, and I would be really disappointed if we found out that Allison's twin was A. That would really bum me out. Do I think there is a twin? Yes. I believe it's been confirmed that there is a twin. I believe the actress who plays Jenna and then Sasha Peterson, who plays Allison, they both said there was a twin sister that we're going to find out about. I believe they both said that. And so I think there is a twin. If you watch my Bethany is A theory videos, I think it's very possible that Bethany could be Toby's twin. I think that could happen. So I definitely think there is a twin. I don't think it's Allison's. Yeah, I think there is a twin, though. There definitely has to be. And I believe that twin, whether it's Bethany, who's Toby's twin, or somebody else, I think that twin could very likely be A. I think that's probably how it's going to play out. Alright guys, well hopefully this video helped you learn more about me and get to know me a little better. If you guys want to leave your opinions in the comments, I would be really happy to read them. I don't really have a friend who I can talk about Pretty Little Liars with in real life, you know, so it's really nice to have other people who I can discuss theories and opinions with. So please leave a comment. As long as your replies are turned on, I will reply to you. If there's not a reply button below your comment, all you have to do is hover, and there's a little arrow that's going to pop up, and then you just click Enable Replies. It's really easy, so then as long as your replies are on, I will reply to you, and we can talk. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you this week after the new episode. Alright, bye guys!